In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to enable suggestions in Google Sheets, specifically focusing on suggestion controls. Let's dive right in and make your spreadsheet experience smarter and more fluid. To get started, the first thing you'll need to do is open a Google Sheet. Make sure you're signed into your Google account and navigate to your Sheets homepage. You can either create a new sheet or open an existing one where you're working. Once you have your sheet ready, we can move forward to demonstrate how suggestions play a role in your spreadsheet tasks. Now, let's jump to cell F2 in your spreadsheet. Here, you want to type in the formula that multiplies the values from cells D2 and E2. So, go ahead and enter equals D2 times E2. This formula will help calculate the product of these two cells' contents. After entering the formula, hit the Enter key to see your result in cell F2. At this point, you might notice that Google Sheets provides an autofill feature that can save you loads of time by predicting and continuing patterns based on your data input. You should give it a try and see how it works for your needs. However, for this exercise, let's manually guide our activities. Next, what we need to do is delete the values that show up in cells from F2 to F11. This action clears the area so we can observe how suggestions get integrated later. Simply select these cells, right-click, and choose Delete, or use your keyboard's Delete key, ensuring no values remain. Let's now shift focus to the heart of enabling suggestions. At the top of your spreadsheet, click on the Tools menu. Here, you'll see various options related to settings and controls in Google Sheets. What you're looking for is the Suggestion Controls option from this menu. This feature is where you'll manage how your sheets present suggestions. Once you've selected Suggestion Controls, a list of options might pop up. You want to look for the option to enable autocomplete. This functionality allows Google Sheets to suggest and autocomplete your input based on patterns and previous data, making your spreadsheet tasks quicker and more intuitive. With autocomplete now enabled, revisit cell F2. Again, type in the formula equals D2 times E2. As you do this, you might notice that the autocomplete suggestion that you'd expect isn't showing up. That's perfectly okay for this learning purpose, as some suggestions may not appear immediately without further data context or if suggestions themselves are still being configured. Finally, as you perform tasks, pay attention to other suggestion types like converting data into tables automatically. Once the suggestion controls have been properly engaged, some features may need additional adjustment based on your workflow or data setup. This concludes our step-by-step guide on enabling and exploring suggestion controls in Google Sheets. Enjoy making the most of these helpful features and keep your spreadsheet management smarter and easier.